Believe it or not, these canal systems that snake through the houses here on the Gold Coast are home to some of the biggest river monsters here in Australia, and they're living in our backyards. So for the past 6 years, I've been fishing off my jetty out of my backyard trying to catch them. And you know, multiple species that live here are responsible for human fatalities around this area. But today we got another overnight fishing challenge, so here's the plan for the next 24 hours. All right, the long-awaited return back down to the jetty. This is where we're going to be staying for the next 24 hours. And going fishing for all of the river monsters that live out there. So it's been a few months since we've actually come down here and filmed a jetty fishing video, but we're back into it today. Everyone's been requesting it, and for good reason. It's so fun coming out here. I remember when I first moved down to this area and had this jetty to fish off. It was the coolest thing, being able to catch mangrove jack, barramundi, flathead, bullsharks straight out of my backyard. So the challenge that we got going today over the next 24 hours, I'm actually going to be sleeping on this jetty tonight, is we're going to be trying to catch as many fish as possible. So over the years, I've caught some really good fish in this one section of canal. Big 54 centimeter mangrove jacks, 70 centimeter barra, 1.5 meter long bull sharks, heaps of big flathead. I think the biggest was about 70 centimeters straight off this pontoon right here. But the catch is we don't actually have any bait. So we're going to be flicking around lures, but I've also got my cast net, and there's heaps of mullet that live in this area. So I think the first thing we need to do before we get into this challenge is go for a bit of a walk up and down this beach as the tide's coming up and catch bait, because once that tide's up, that's when a lot of the bigger fish will push up into this area. So this area of canal actually leads out to the ocean. So anything that lives out in the ocean could technically get up here. I've seen dolphins up here before. There's been stonefish caught not too far from this area. You know I love stonefish. But they're not the species that we're targeting today. We're trying to catch something that we can cook up and also see what other river monsters are lurking in my backyard. It is pretty awesome. And we'll also get the crab pot out at some stage, so we need to catch a big mullet that we can use as bait, because there are a lot of big mud crabs that live in this canal. And since people chuck all of their food scraps in here, often they're lurking around the jetties. So to give you a bit of an example for those who don't know, since there's no structure in these actual canals like there would be in a wild creek, a lot of the fish will hang underneath these jetties. So I've seen someone catch a 70 centimeter barra off that jetty right there. A week later come back and he caught a 50 centimeter mangrove jack. And we are a far way up these canals, but every time the tide pushes in and out, new fish will come through hunting around this area, and we'll be here waiting for them when they do. All right, let's get the cast net, try catch some bait, and get this challenge going. But before I spook every single fish, because there will be fish sitting up here at the moment, with that cast net, casting it out, I'm just gonna have a little flick of this. We'll see if we can get a flatty or something first up in the morning. So I actually have a sleeping bag that I'm gonna bring down here and a fireplace when it gets dark. It's coming into winter at the moment, so it's a bit cold, but it'll be so cool setting this jetty up a bit later on in this video. We also have a kayak that I might be taking out later on. If there's nothing happening at the jetty, we'll go for a bit of an explore and see if we can catch some fish. There we go. What is that? Fighting like a flatty. Yes. That's a legal flatty. All right. Well, that might be lunch. Come on, mate. Ah, every time. Ah, again. Ah, my other hand. Good job. Successful catch and cook we just did. It's all good, we can catch another one. Let's try that again, shall we? Yep, there we go. What is that? Oh! No! That was a good fish. Look at that. You're joking. Oh. So I think this is about a 8-foot cast net. And I haven't thrown it in about 6 months, so we'll see how we go. But pretty much, you just want to grab it there, about another meter or so, and you grab the bottom of the net down here, put it in your hands, and about 2 or 3 sets of net. So you can see that little print right there in the water. That's where a flathead was sitting not too long ago, because the tide's just coming up. They're scattered all through this area. Oh, there we go. Little mullet. Oh, there we go. That's a really good bait. A little herring. Here we go. Oh! Yes! And we're catching bait. Yeah, now that is a good bait. I tell you what, it's a hard life being a mullet around here, but that is perfect bait for literally everything. Big barra, jacks, flatties. There's not many species that don't eat mullet right there, and that's the first species. We're not gonna eat a mullet, although they do taste good when they're pretty fresh. We'll try to catch something a bit bigger that we can cook up. So yeah, we'll get the rods out and see if we can get anything first up. All right, this one's going out into the deeper section. See what's lurking out there. Perfect. And we'll loosen off the drag and lay it down here. Perfect. There's always something big under that jetty over there. We're actually gonna chuck this big fella in the crab pot. See if we can catch a mud crab. All right. And we'll just drop it straight down. There we go. Yep, I'm on. What is this? This is a big fish, whatever it is. Look at that. Oh, massive pike eel. Take a look at that. That is crazy. Well, there we go. There's another species to tick off. Look at that. Oh, and he released himself. That's actually pretty good. Don't have to get him up here on the deck. Look at that. So what I realized while editing this video is I've spent weeks filming different videos and living off this jetty over the past few years. And out of all the fish that I've caught throughout the time that I've been filming, there's been 3 moments that have stood out from the rest. Starting it off with this big fella.
There we go. What is that? That actually doesn't feel too bad. Oh, think it's a flatty. Oh, good flatty. Oh, monster flatty. That is a massive flatty. That is a big flatty. Come on. Don't lose him. Oh, he's actually going hard. Fingers crossed. We've hooked up to a big flathead here. I want to get a good look at him. Could be in the high 60s, honestly. Try to get him up to the surface. Oh, this is the biggest flatty I've caught off here. If I can get him in. Look at that monster. Yes. Yes. Take a look at that. That is a massive flatty. No way. Oh, we got him off the jetty as well. Look at that compared to my hand. Wow. That's a big one, so we're definitely going to let this one go. It'd be a big breeder. Let's get a measurement on him and get him up close to the camera. Look at that.
Now this guy was 67 centimeters. What's legal with these flathead is to keep them between 40 and 75. Now, although it would be legal to keep this flatty, what I'm gonna do, let it go and let it breed. So I can keep coming back to this jetty and catching more flathead. But take a look at the size of that head right there. That is absolutely crazy. Prehistoric looking animals right there. Just perfectly built for sitting on the floor, waiting for fish to come past and ambushing them, striking out, grabbing them in their mouth. All right, here we go. Take a look at that. Swimming off strong right there. That is so good.
So we'll just cast out here, hopefully get a flathead. Yep. Yes. So we could have a good fish on right now. Is there head shakes?
Head shakes.
Is it? Are you sure?
Yep, it's head shaking. Look.
Oh, this could be real good. I reckon it. Who knows? Who knows what this is?
This could be a really big trevally.
Yes, Marley. This is the fish that we wanted to catch during these challenge videos. This is what we want.
I was just flicking for flathead along the edge of the jetty.
Were you hopping it across the bottom?
Yeah, just across the bottom. 2 hops and it just grabbed it and ran.
Oh! What was
it, a barra?
Is that a barra?
Gone under the jetty.
Put it down, Marley. That's running out of battery. Surely this is a good fish. Whatever you do not let it.
This could be a trevally, but I'm pretty sure
if that's a jack.
It's a jack, and I'm pretty sure it's a real good one.
I want to get a shot of him. No, it's a trevally.
Is it?
Oh, it's a queenie. Queenie or a trevally.
That's a big trevally, man.
Yeah, it's massive. It's a massive trevally.
Okay, not a barra.
Not a barra.
We'll take it. Oh, that's like a 60 GT.
That's a big fish. That's a good fish.
It's a good fish.
Come over here, come right over here. That is a big fish.
That's really good.
We're gonna put the net in the water so that he's used to it. Yeah!
Oh yes!
There we go! Marley!
Oh my God.
That's a big fish! Look at that, Marley! Look at that, come in here. Marley's just caught this massive trevally. We'll get him on the brag mat to see how big he is. Absolutely smash that little plastic right there. Marley, that's your biggest trevally, isn't it?
That's by a mile.
Marley!
You are kidding me, man.
That's a good one. Alright. Put it up.
Alright, so I was just flicking plastics along the edge for a flathead, and can't complain about that bycatch. That's a big, giant trevally. Get him on the measure.
How big?
So, 65 centimeters.
65 centimeter trev. Not bad. Alright, plastics out.
I just wanna keep it alive for a second.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Just swimming him for a bit. Make sure he's all good in the net. And we're not gonna eat this fish. Such a beautiful animal, we're gonna let him go back into the canals. You can't get much better than that out of the canals like
Stand on the
this.
net.
Just releasing the big G right now. Back out into the canals. Take a look at that. We literally just started filming this video, woke up early this morning, Marley came down here. So to get a fish like that first up in the morning is so good. We're gonna get the rods back out there, sink some baits in the water and hopefully catch some fish. Oh, that's really running. I reckon this is a shark. There we go. All right, we're on here. This could be the end of the challenge if we can get whatever this is in. Oh, what is that?
Stingray.
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not a stingray. By the way it's fighting, or not fighting I should say, I reckon this could be one of those big eels. Oh no. Come in here?
Yeah.
Ready? It'll start going.
On the fish.
Yeah. We just want to see what it is.
Ooh. Come around to here.
Yeah. Wait, quickly come around here. So we're just following it. Oh, what is it?
Might be a big.
I reckon could be a shark or a barra.
Oh,
Shark.
shark.
There we go. We'll just bring him in to the bank right here. All right, we're gonna get this shark back in the water. That is absolutely awesome. We've done it again, mate. The Jetty always provides. All right, let's get him back in. All right, mate. So what we wanna do is just one big push like that. Start to swim off back out into the depths. How good is that? There we go. Oh. Yeah, that's a good fish. Surely it is not a stingray. It's a stingray. You're joking. Look at the bend in that rod. I'll try not to release the brim. There we go. Oh, you're heavy. So once this sun goes down is the time that these big fish should be coming out. I've caught big mangrove jacks fishing off this jetty before at night. So we're gonna get some baits out, but we're also gonna be flicking the plastics around straight off this jetty into the deeper sections. It's funny, when I caught my biggest mangrove jack, at the time it was 54 centimeters. I was casting in about half a foot of water just up near that jetty because I was fishing for flathead and I heard a bust up. And yeah, it absolutely smashed it. Big 54 centimeter jack. And that was in the middle of winter as well. So they still bite at this time of year. Fingers crossed we can get one for dinner, cook it up on the fire. All right, so this is the setup that we got going on for tonight. The tide's going down at the moment, but it shouldn't matter after dark anyway. You can see we've got the fire going down here. Just coming into winter at the moment, so I got a sleeping bag as well. I'll lay it down here a bit later on. Yeah, we're gonna sleep down here, fish all night, go to bed a bit later on. Probably even leave the rods out. I'm sure I'll wake up if I end up getting a run. But yeah, what I need to do now, before it gets fully dark, is catch my bait for tonight. And that jetty over there is the one that I actually lost that big fish off earlier on today. So we're gonna be peppering that one with casts and live baits later on. There we go, there's some good baits, silver biddies. All right. Jack lollipops, these ones. If we can get like 10 more of these, that'd be so good. We'll try off the other side now. This should be filled. There we go. How good is that? First cast, we've got enough bait for the next couple hours. I might do 1 or 2 more. The good thing about when it gets dark is you can actually catch these mullet right off the beach. And yeah, that right there is gonna be some seriously good baits. Oh, there we go. What are you? Is that a tilapia? Oh, it's a big luderick. No way. And a mullet. That's crazy. A couple mullet. How good is that? And there we go. A luderick. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is a mainly vegetarian species. So why this luderick would have been close to the jetty is it would have actually been feeding off the moss that's growing on the bottom of this jetty. But yeah, they're a really cool looking fish. Not sure the legal size or anything. We're not gonna eat this guy for dinner or whatever. But cool to get a couple different species on the board. That was the goal for this video, just to try and catch as many species as I could. And that right there is a new one. Take a look at that, luderick. What a cool looking fish. Sun's just setting. Got some mullet now, we'll chuck them out and yeah, just see what takes them later on. Pretty exciting. All right, mate. I'll see you later. Off he goes. This should be the last cast. Yeah. There we go. Silver biddies, mullets. Honestly, quite the setup, eh? Fire going. Got some live bait just in that little tank right there. We've got this bait caster rod set up under the jetty over there. It's just cast all the way out there, probably about 2 meters from that jetty where we hooked that big fish this morning. And then the bigger setup is out there in the deep, somewhere around that area. Big wire trace on this one in case we hook either a shark or one of those other pike eels. But yeah, we're just gonna hang around this fire. In the next 20 minutes or so, it's gonna be dark. When that happens, we've got a big lantern to light up this jetty. And yeah, what a cool day so far. Heaps of cool species. Let's see if we can get something even cooler tonight. I wanna get one of the big sports fish, like a jack. I reckon we can do it. There we go. We're on. What is this? This could be a good fish here. Take a look at that. That is a huge bream.
Accidentally let it go. It was a big bream though. It was probably about 35 centimeters, I'd say. So we're just getting a run here. Fingers crossed this is a good fish. All right, ready? There we go. Something on. So I've actually caught those pike eels, that species in particular, longer than me off this jetty while I'm shark fishing out here. There's an area just out there that they must be sitting in or they must swim through looking for scraps. There'd be some absolute monster pike eels that live in here. I'll actually roll you a clip from a few months ago, one that we actually caught out here. Oh. We got something here. Why do I already know what this is? Oh. This is 3,200% a massive pike eel. Well, we've hooked it now. All I'm hoping for is that it's a massive one. Look at this absolute monster. Do you reckon this is the same one that I catch in every second video? Oh,
It's heavy.
it's going hard.
Yeah, ferocious thing.
That is a crazy looking animal right there. And they just keep getting bigger. Look at that. That is massive. That is the biggest one so far. We still got the rods out in the water. We're just gonna leave them out because I'll definitely wake up even if I go to sleep. We got 2 rods out there at the moment that could go off at any time tonight, but if not, we're gonna wake up early tomorrow morning, go for a bit of an early morning fish, maybe even a kayak, see if we can catch anything before we end this overnight fishing challenge. But yeah, it's been a pretty cool day so far, and it's actually so cool sleeping down here on the jetty. I used to do it a few years ago, stay up until like 4 a.m. and then walk back up, so it'll be nice to be woken up by the sun tomorrow morning. All right. So we ended up fishing into the night. I got woken up at about 3 a.m. and caught this big bream. But sadly, no big jacks, barramundi, or any more bullsharks for the rest of the night. But another really cool jetty fishing challenge where we ticked off so many different species over that 24-hour period. And if you want to see me come back down to the Gold Coast and spend 3 days fishing and filming off this jetty, sleeping down there and seeing what I can catch, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want to support my videos, and we'll see you next week in the next adventure.